Hello, and welcome once again to Movies That Pop. I'm the Kernel. Let's see what popped up in theaters this week. The Accountant is a movie that can best be described as a film that has a whole lot of everything thrown together and jumbled up like one of those unsolved jigsaw puzzles. Romance, cat and mouse, suspense, corporate drama, spy thriller, and the thing is, most of that stuff really works. The parts that don't work, well, they still manage to entertain by being just nutty as a fruitcake, trashy fun. To start with, the way that the story unfolds here is very unique. The tone and pace of the story seem to shift multiple times at random. Plot threads are introduced and then abandoned for long stretches of the movie, and also pretty odd for a movie about a man on the autism spectrum. The film itself seems to suffer from ADHD. That being said, it certainly held my attention throughout, and I had fun even during moments when I wanted to throw things at the screen. The biggest asset in The Accountant, so big in fact that it even supersedes most of the movie's flaws and leads me to ultimately recommend it, is its wealth of interesting and enjoyable characters. This movie is stocked with interesting characters that I just enjoyed watching on screen, as played by a talented and diverse cast. You've got the character of Christian Wolf, played by Ben Affleck, a man who, as mentioned, is on the autism spectrum, and a brilliant accountant, and a guy with a big heart, and a deadly efficient assassin. Woo! And if you're wondering how Ben Affleck does at portraying a character who is all of those things at once, well, I don't know if there's an actor alive that could keep that many balls in the air. Not all at the same time, anyway. And you can even see moments where it looks like Ben Affleck is breaking character completely. But most of the time, he does very well playing what the story requires of his character, which changes from moment to moment. But in addition to Affleck, you have Anna Kendrick playing a regular girl who gets wrapped up in Affleck's world of espionage, John Barenthal as a smooth and deadly corporate fixer, John Lithgow as an idealistic tech billionaire, the great J.K. Simmons as a hard-nosed FBI director with depth and demons, and this guy Robert Travailer who plays Christian's creepy father in flashback. All of these characters are fascinating to watch play off each other, even if it often seems like they don't belong in the same movie. One thing that the movie does get right, in a rare display of tact and modulation, is its respectful treatment of autism, and the character shown to be on the autism spectrum. If only the movie displayed that much restraint when it came to presenting accurate portrayals of law enforcement. In fact, the only character in this film that doesn't work for me, never, not once, not at all, is that character of Medina, played by Cynthia Addai-Robinson. She's introduced in one of those cheap ways that movies use sometimes when they just have their boss sit them down for an interview and the boss just lists their personal history. Let's see, Medina, you were top of your class at law school, then you did this, and then you did that, yada yada. That is not character exposition, people! Sad to say, nothing about her character's plotline rings authentic, and the investigation that her character undertakes throughout the movie contains some of the worst examples of dumbing down or spoon-feeding information to an audience that I've ever seen. It's even initiated in a scene where her superior, the aforementioned FBI director played with weary gravitas by J.K. Simmons, basically blackmails her to take part in an investigation that, I don't know, I think he could have just asked her to do it, you know? I don't think he had to threaten her with jail. Anyway, I'm apologizing for I'm jumping all over the place just like this movie. At equal points, romantic, thrilling, surprising, and confounding, The Accountant contains tense dramatic scenes that are well shot and sporadic action scenes that are visceral and effective, even if its story sputters and lurches forward, telegraphing the most obvious of revelations and stopping the movie dead for 5 whole minutes just so J.K. Simmons can deliver an awesome monologue that also culminates in a dramatic and stylish flashback scene and a massive exposition dump all at the same time. And you know what? As much as I could rip on this movie, it was always interesting, even when it's insulting my intelligence by oversimplifying at every turn. I loved every goofy minute of this ridiculous film. That's the bottom line. I award The Accountant a medium bag of popcorn. You know what? Just check your brain at the door. Like, seriously, ignore your brain. And what will happen is you'll just enjoy some time in the company of a handful of great actors doing their best to rise above sophomoric material. And for the most part, succeeding. That does it for this edition of Movies That Pop. Don't forget to follow me, the Kernel, on Twitter, @MoviesThatPop. Click the icon right down there to visit our channel if you'd like to see more, and support us by clicking subscribe while you're there, and by clicking the thumbs up icon below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on The Accountant in the comments as well. I really want to hear from you if you either loved it or hate it, because you know what? I think I did both in equal measure. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'm the Kernel, and that was the end of Solomon Grundy. You'll understand when you see the movie.